right around the top. There's plenty of motivation inside that helmet as well. After getting turned earlier by Larson, he was pretty furious and now works his way forward. Guys, how about the start to these playoffs by Toyota powered cars? Last week, Briscoe, then Reddick. Right now, Hamlin, Briscoe. Incredible start from Toyota.
Yeah, they swept the top four last week.
Here's Blaney on the inside of Elliott. 15 laps to go here in St. Louis.
These guys are friends off the racetrack. On the racetrack, they race each other with respect, but they both know how important this position can be.
Blaney was 2 feet from clearing the 9, and that would have been all he needed. Now he goes back to work, tries to leave on the door of the 9 just to side draft him down the straightaway. Unable to do it. So now it's going to take 3 or 4 laps to kind of get that cycle happening back again for the 12. He's going to probably run the top here. No, he goes to the bottom, surprisingly. Marty.
Steve, Ryan Blaney told Jonathan Hassler fired off better this run. That's been their weakness the last couple of runs. But I'm just curious about these little bit
seconds with 13 laps left.
Love that from Blaney. You want as much help from your spotter as you can get, but only when...
And while this is fascinating stuff, let's not forget about the race leader, Denny Hamlin. He skipped away to a 1.5 second lead with just 11 laps to go. Justin Haley, Shane Van Gisbergen. Whoa.
Oh, hello.
Get the sense that SVG came into these playoffs.
And I don't think he needed help to advance. There was no doubt that Hamlin was, charting pretty well for that. The question,
he is a serious threat for this championship.
Well, he would like not to be on this graphic. The most cup wins without a championship. A 3-time Daytona 500 winner. He wants to shake that moniker this year. And so far, so good, Steve, with just 8 to go.
Yeah, he said he's been very vocal that he would love a championship, but at this point in his career, while he doesn't want to admit that, he will say, if I don't win when I don't, I'm going to do the best I can do. But 60 wins, he's kind of transitioned the story to 60 wins. He had this one back, the 48 was in position, a bad pit stop, and then speeding on pit road. The 3 of Austin Dillon, I know it may not look great at -10, but I actually think they've done an amazing job with that. It's kind of a subpar vehicle. I just don't think it's driving like Dillon wants. They manufactured from stage points, currently running inside the top 20. Not everything they need, but now it's still within reach. Heading to Bristol, 10 points, that could be one stage.
Oh, early in the race when he dropped 14, 15 position, plummeting, and very vocal on the radio. He was not happy. All right, so we're inside 3 laps to complete the Enjoy Illinois 300. What a day it's been. 8 cautions during racing, the 2 stage break cautions. It has been eventful, it's been interesting, it's been unpredictable. And the 11th, that progressive Toyota Camry from Joe Gibbs Racing of Denny Hamlin, rock solid. That big comeback drive last week after a hiccup on pit lane showed us that they've got the magic, the determination. Back-to-back pole positions have shown us they've got the speed. And in just 2.5 miles, Denny Hamlin can notch up win number 5 on the season.
A year ago, Denny Hamlin went to Bristol protecting points, and he was very frustrated that he couldn't just let it all loose to race for the win. What this would do is then send him to the half mile in the clouds of Tennessee with the opportunity to race for a win, because he would have already advanced.
There's Chris Gale. They're still building their relationship as crew chief and driver. It's getting better and better all the time. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Hamlin is within 1.25 miles of a win. He has finished 2nd here the last 2 years. And in the young history of NASCAR Cup Series competition at Worldwide Technology Raceway, with Hamlin's pole yesterday, he made it 4 different pole sitters in the 4 years. And in just 2 turns and half a straight, he's going to make it 4 different winners in 4 years. What a run from Denny Hamlin here.
What happened? Come on!
And pushes button.
What is going on?
200 for Toyota DX. Great job. Great execution, everyone. I'm big proud of that.
Coach Gibbs is smiling because his drivers have won the first 2 races of the playoffs.
Proud of you. Make sure you give me some rubber.
wins on the season for Denny Hamlin. If you're a Hamlin fan, you got to believe this is his year.